Good morning to one and all. This is Dr. P. Lavanya, working as Associate Professor in MBA Department in IARE. So today topic we goes to the monopolistic competition. So in the last videos we have seen that what is imperfect competition and types of imperfect competition. So in the imperfect competition where there will be a differentiation between the one market structure to the another market structure may be based upon the number of the buyers, sellers and competitive nature of the product. So in these imperfect market, we have seen the different market structures like monopoly, monopolistic competition, oligopoly and duopoly. So in my last video, we have seen what is monopoly and how these output and price was determined under the monopoly competition. So in this video, we used to come across the how the monopolistic competition means next marketing structure in case of imperfect competition was monopolistic competition. So this is very important type of imperfect competition where we can found that two or more sellers means number of sellers produces the identical goods but having some different features one with another, but it is not at all a perfect substitute for one for the another. Maybe it will have a differentiation between the brand, quality, location, price. So differentiation will be there in the product. So the monopolistic means where they will have a number of buyers and sellers. The main important one is that differentiated features. Means maybe any one of the feature from my competitive product, it will be differ from one to the another. So the definition of monopolistic competition which was given by Professor E.H. Chamberlain and Professor Mr. Jones Robbins. So it is the type of market structure where there exists monopoly one side and perfect competition other side. So this monopolistic competition according to the Chamberlain and also the Robinson says that it is the combination of the monopoly and perfect competition. Already we know what is perfect competition where there is a product identical will be there means the product will having the same features and the same price, and the more perfect competition is that where they will take price takers means the price is determined by the market demand and supply. So it is having the homogeneous product structure. But when you comes under the monopoly, it's not at all a homogeneous. It is a differentiated product and only one person will be there and he is the price giver. He is not at all taken by the market. And industry and at the same way form one and the same in the monopolistic as only one seller will be there. So these clubbing of these two features means perfect competition features and also the monopolistic feature, we can get these monopolistic competition. So that's why we used to say these monopolistic competition means it is a mixture of both monopoly and perfect competition. So we come across the what are the features of this monopolistic competition. So in case of the features of the monopolistic competition, there are a number of features. In that the first important feature was there is a large number of firms. So in the monopolistic competition where we can identify that there are number of firms satisfying the small share of market demand means producing the product which is required by the market means a segment or a portion of the market demand is satisfied by the one and the other firms. So there are many firms producing the same type of product, but they have the competition between one and another where the size of the market, whatever that one firm or the individual organization providing will be very small. Means every firm having its own market or having to capture the some portion of the market. That's why the monopolistic competition, the goods producing firms will be in a large number or a large size. And the next one is the important feature of this monopolistic competition was product differentiation. So in this competition, the product produced by the various firms which are not identical but slightly differ from one to each other. Means maybe the product satisfies the same type of want, but the product itself will have a differentiation. Maybe its color, feature, maybe its type, whatever, maybe in one feature it is differentiated from the competitor product. And at the same way, which means the products are not same but are similar, and hence the prices does not much differ. Means the price variation will not at all more. Maybe a slight differentiation in the price variation will be there, and they are close substitutes to one and another. Means we can satisfy our need, maybe one or the other product. The product is given for satisfaction of one need, means they are the close substitute. But due to the differentiation in the product, they are having in a separate demand and separate market for the product, where we can identify these features in case of regular usage products like soaps, pastes and others. Now we are finding the toothpaste, where we can found that all are one only, maybe the Colgate, Palmolive, or maybe Max Fresh. So many or the charcoal. So many products, maybe if the same company is giving a different types of product to satisfy the need. Maybe we can identify in this toothpaste ester sensitivity toothpaste who are having a problem with the tooth. Yes, so like this, the need of the customer plays an important role. For that purpose, these people will produce a differentiated future product such that it differ from one product to the another, maybe a close substitute but having a differentiated in nature. And the next important feature is selling cost. The firms in the monopolistic incurs the more amount of expenditure on promotion of the sales, which is called as selling cost. So where we can say the selling cost means advertisement cost. It is a one form of the advertisement. Maybe these promotional aspects we can done in case of TVs, radios, press and exhibitions, or maybe any distribution of the free samples, etc. So we want to influence the consumer or motivate the consumer by playing our ads or giving the information that this type of product is available in the market. So you can satisfy your needs. So these selling cost tries to influence the consumer demand and promote the sales. Means it itself is giving or providing the goods required or the based upon the taste and the fashions of the consumers or the need of the consumers. The companies are coming within a differentiated product. So in order to give information to them, the organizations or the companies must and should go for these promotional activities. So based upon these promotional expenditure or the activities, the selling cost will be there. So and the features of the monopolistic selling will place a more important role in case of demand, increasing the demand of the product in the market. And the next one is free entry and exit. So where we can identify this feature in case of perfect competition, where the firms can enter based upon their need and requirement into the market. If they found that the market are not good or unable to earn sufficient profits, they can leave the market. So that's why free entry means when an industry existing, firms are making where we are having supernormal profits. Means when a company or the industry is getting supernormal profits, many firms will be attracted and they want to produce the same type of product and they will enter into the market to enjoy that more amount of the profits or supernormal profits. Or otherwise, if the firms are not enjoying the profits or getting losses, automatically the companies want to leave the market or that industry will leave that group. So based upon the attainment of the profits, maybe it is a supernormal profits or normal profits, or the company is getting losses, based upon that this free entry and exit will be there. And next important feature of this monopolistic market was absence of interdependence. So under these firms, under these monopolistic competition, the firms are large but not their size. They are too small. Means their selling of the goods will be small. The firms may be having a very less or very small in size. So where it means every firm having its own policy, maybe regarding the production, output, price, distribution. So they have their own type of policies to be exhibited. So one firm will not depend upon the another firm, or one firm policy will not influence the other organization. Regarding one firm, if it is in a my producing some soap sector, I'll have my own policy, pricing strategies, and based upon the segment or the type of the consumer, what that product is having, they will evolve the policies. Means here, maybe they are the close substitutes and compete one for another. Here they are, the firms are interdependent, but so they are not interdependent. Means independent means they don't want to depend upon one for another. So they will work as an independently regarding the production or the selling policy. And the next important feature is concept of group. So in case of this monopolistic competition, the word industry loses its significance according to the Professor Chamberlain. So the word group, which means number of producers whose goods are fairly close substitutes, means what I said is it is an identical differentiated product, but they are close substitutes. Maybe we can satisfy our need one for the another. So here the industry doesn't have, they will call it like the firms which are producing these type of products as a group of firms rather than the industry. And at the same way, when you comes under this monopolistic competition, the nature of the demand in the monopolistic competition, as we know, like in the monopoly, it slopes down top to down, yes, from left to right, where we can say that individual product or a company will sell more when it decreases the or when it lowers the price. So that's why the demand curve always slopes negatively. Means in the monopolistic also, maybe it is in a differentiated product, but having the close substitutes means the market is having a very good competitors. So in case of the competitor, the major roles plays in case of price. So when these companies decreases a little bit, decrease in the price rather than its competitive firms or its competitor, then automatically they are able to sell more amount of the goods. So that's the main reason that DD, that is demand curve, slopes from top to bottom. So where we can see here, there are number of things like there is no pure competition. Means this monopoly, we can say that it is not at all a pure competition. It's a mixture of this perfect and imperfect competition. For example, when you take these shoes or the chappals sector in the monopoly, so there are many types of producers out there, many types of consumers out there. So they will choose based upon their brand, quality, price, trademark, package. So based upon all these reasons, they do not basis the only a price as an important. Means here in the monopolistic product, the consumer will have a good knowledge about the product. So what he required, what type of brand, what type of quality, or what type of design. So based upon that, he will choose the product. So that's why the consumer doesn't rely if there is a low price, he want to purchase more, or it is a high price, they want to purchase less. So these type of marking will not be there. So where due to the perfect knowledge of the market, the consumer will choose his own product. So based upon these product differentiation, the monopolistic competition will be existed. So now we comes across the equilibrium point. So as we know that every market structure has to attain the equilibrium, the point where the organizations will get at a least cost and more number of output. So in case of monopoly also there is a long run and short run equilibrium structures. So first we'll see what is in a short run equilibrium. The firm under monopolistic competition faces three types of equilibrium. As we know that and the short run, due to the time period is very less, so the price and output determinations or to get an equilibrium point in the short run will have the three phases. One is supernormal profit, next one is normal profit, and another one is losses. So based upon these three phases, we can see that what are the how this price and output could be determined under monopolistic in short run equilibrium. So first we comes under the supernormal profits. So as we know, supernormal profits means where that average, that is average cost or average revenue will be greater than the average cost. As we know that revenue is more and cost is less, then we can say that situation where the organization is earning more profits or supernormal profits. So the following will be given the example or the diagram how an organization will be facing the supernormal profits. So we can see here the structure, the organization under monopolistic competition, as we have taken the revenue or the price on the y-axis and at the same way quantity will be taken on the x-axis. So the last market structure how we have been given, we have AC that is called as average cost, MC which is called as marginal cost, and we have MR marginal revenue and also AR average revenue, and this average revenue is equal to the DD, that is demand curve. So already we have seen in the features that in the monopolistic competition this average revenue or the demand curve which will be slopes from top to down. So these are the common for each and every market structures. So here as we know that when marginal revenue is more than average revenue, means where these marginal cost curve cuts from average cost. So we can see that a super equilibrium point is a point where it was cutting these MR, that is marginal revenue, by MC. So where we can identify it is as an equilibrium point, that is additional revenue which is cutted by the additional cost from below. So the overall cost would be identified by AC. So when these marginal cost curve cuts these AC from below, it is above AC, that is average cost, means the cost, average cost is less here and marginal cost is more. So the above point from equilibrium point to the point where these marginal cost is having. So that point, so where this is the average cost above we are having this A, that is called is cutting the marginal point. So this area, so from P to A and CB. So this is a total area, that is PACB. So this total area we can identify that where that marginal cost curve cuts the average cost curve from below, means above. So this portion above the cost means revenue is generating more than the cost. That point we can identify as supernormal profits. So we can say BPAC, it is in an area where the organization, that is monopoly itself, is enjoying the supernormal profits. In the next situation, we can come across the saying that normal profits. Or first we'll see the losses, then we go for the normal profits. So if as we know that we get supernormal profits where the situation when that marginal revenue is more than average cost, means the cost is less and revenue is more here. The area covering from average cost to the cutting area of marginal cost, we'll call it as an abnormal profit. But when you comes under the loss situation, where average cost, that is AR, is less than average revenue is less than average cost. Means revenue is less here and cost is more, then the monopolistic competition will suffer with losses. So when this situation comes in the market, means when the many firms are attacking the market with a similar, that is close substitutes. In the monopolistic competition, we have the close substitutes. When number of firms are coming and giving its product, then automatically they places more supply rather than the demand in the market. In this position, many firms will faces the losses, where their cost will be more and revenue will be less. So where we can identify the same in case of the diagrammatical information, saying that as we know, these average DD, that is AR, is sloping downwards. In this diagram, we can identify that where we have been identified the revenue and cost on the y-axis, and at the same way the quantity on the x-axis. So as usual in the monopolistic competition, that DD or average cost curve slopes from top to down. But the equilibrium point is that where these MC, that is marginal cost curve, cutting this MR, that is demand curve, where we can say that is E is the point where it was getting the equilibrium point. So in this situation, where these margin average cost curve cuts above the equilibrium point, where we can see that the cost curve, this is above the equilibrium point, means these average revenue, that is marginal cost and the marginal revenue is more, and marginal revenue is less when you compared with the cost. Yes. So in this situation, where the cost is more and the revenue is less, means the portion from the point from equilibrium point, that is A to C, where it is more than the revenue, means up to here we are getting an average revenue. So from there you are able to identify this portion where the cost is more. So the portion of BCAP, so these total portion where the cost is more and the revenue is less, then that situation we can say that the monopolistic competition is earning losses. So the area of PBCA is an area where organization is getting the losses. And next, the third situation we can say like normal profits. So it is a quite common when there is a demand and supply, or the position where the equilibrium met by an organization, we can call it like a normal profits. Means common profit what organization is attaining at equilibrium point, we'll call it as a normal profit. Where that AR, that is average revenue, will be equal to average cost. When we see in the loss situation, average cost is more and revenue is less. But in the normal situation, we can see both are equal. The point where that average cost and average revenue meet, that point we can say that is organization or the firm is earning the normal profits. So here the total revenue, the TR is equal to average revenue into quantity, that is AQ into OQ. So where we can see that AQ and OQ. So the point where these MC and AR, we can see the equilibrium point and the point of A, where exactly it is cutting the equilibrium point, such that the area, that is total cost, that is cost into output, that is AQ into OQ, that is the area of OPAC, that is we can see that area of this OPAC. So this area where you can identify that is the attain the normal profit. So organization, so the total area where the equilibrium attained, the point of equilibrium where cost and revenue both are equal, that point we can say the organization is able to attain the normal profits, that is PAQO, that is in a point where organization is able to attain the profits. So these are the three types of situation based on the market. So the monopolistic, in the short run, it can earn, that is short run cost curve is always tangent to the equilibrium point. So where based upon the demand and the supply of the goods and the competitors nature in the market, so as we have the main feature like entry and exit, free entry and exit. So if organization is earning supernormal profits, many firms will enter. So due to the entry of the many firms, automatically in the short run, some firms will face the losses and that firms will exit from the market. Or otherwise, some firms will attain the normal profit. In that situation, they will continue in the market. So in the short run, so there is a possibility due to the non-availability of adjustment of the time, there is a possibility that monopoly can attain normal profits, supernormal profits or losses. But maximum firms in the short run or the monopolistic want to attain supernormal profits. Then we go for the price and output determination of monopoly in the long run. So as we have seen in the short run is a situation where we cannot adjust the time period. So whatever the available factors are there, with that I go for production of the goods. But in the long period, whatever the market situation, that is having a sufficient time period. So when we are having the sufficient time period, the monopolistic completely earns the normal profit. Why? Because in the external market, by seeing the supernormal profits of the short-run monopolistic competition, many firms will come into the market. So, but in the long run, all firms will adjust its supply according to the demand of the market. So, when number of the firms are there and all are adjusting their supply, where there will not have any chance to get any supernormal profit. So, every firm, that is maximum firms in the long run in the monopolistic competition, will attain the normal profits only. So we can see the below figure that long run marginal cost, that is long run price and output determination, where we can say that long run product price and output determination. So long run cost curve, that is on the y-axis you are able to see price and revenue, and then on the x-axis you are able to identify the quantity. So we can say that LMC, that is long run marginal cost, LAC, that is long run average cost, where we can say long run average revenue or long run DD, that is demand curve, is one and the same. And at the same way we know that long run marginal revenue, both these demand curve and revenue curve slopes from top to down, means they are in the tangent nature. So where these organization, we can identify here saying that long run average cost. So where we can identify this point where C is an equilibrium point, where this long run marginal cost curve cuts long run marginal revenue, that point we'll call it as equilibrium. So above that point itself, this average cost curve, that is long run average cost curve, is cutting, which we can say that the point of A is getting the normal profit. So we can identify this area PA and CO. So this total area, whatever we are seeing, is able to get the normal profits, where it unable to get the supernormal profit due to the plenty of the firms. And at the same way, we can say that both these firms will adjust the supply according to the demand of the market. So these long run price and output determination in the monopolistic competition was able to get the normal profit. So we can see that by seeing these short run, maximum the monopolistic competition, they want to attain the supernormal profit. While looking those supernormal profits, the firms will have an incentive to enter into the industries. Means other when are getting, we feel motivated. Yes, that company is getting a lot of profits. Then we can also produce and sell in the market and get the supernormal profit. So due to that intention, number of the firms enter into the market in the long run, where the total demand or every firm will have a small share of the market. So that the small share of the market will be split between the number of the firms. So the demand gets shared between number of the firms, and this continues until that all the firms are getting normal profit. Means this sharing will be done that all will get a normal firms. When they get losses, they want to exit. But this entry of the firms will set or stop in the long run until the organization, each and everybody is getting the normal profit. So therefore we can say that long run is a situation in the market such as the monopolistic competition. For them only normal profits is attained. Why? Because it is the equilibrium position where having the excess capacity. Means by attaining the normal profits, long run the monopolistic will have an excess capacity. It will supply, maybe it is having capacity also, it will supply only the goods according to the demand of their product. So with this we can conclude saying that the monopolistic price and output determination, we are able to get a short run as a supernormal profits, and a long run we are able to get a normal profits. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.